What is good, Hedera? Let's get this show started. Welcome to the Web4 Roundtable. Give me 1 second here. I'm about to share my screen, just working on some graphics here. Hope everyone is doing well. As you can see, Hedera is chugging along. Let's start the space as well, shall we? I hope you guys are all doing well. All right, let me fire up the spaces. Today's show is sponsored by Gilmore Estates. Go check out what they're doing tokenizing real estate on Hedera. Don't forget to like and share the stream with your friends. Go ahead and like and retweet the stream now as well. If you're looking forward to our show today. All right, the spaces is now begun as well. Feel free to jump in on either platform. And of course, both of the shows are recorded here today as well. All right, you guys. There's a lot going on in Hedera per usual. We're humming along. 2,534 TPS a second. As I said on Friday, last Friday was our last show. The next use case on Hedera will shock the crypto market. I truly believe that. If you believe that, don't forget to like and retweet the show. And I did hear that every single like on our show today raises the price of H bar by 1 cent, and every retweet raises your favorite HDS tokens market cap by 100,000 market cap. So get to liking, get to retweeting, all that good stuff. I hope you guys are doing well. All right. Give me 1 second here. I'm gonna pull some stuff up for you guys. The usual alpha. Then, of course, we're gonna cover some TA. So stick around. We are going to continue the show here. All right, just checking on my data here. 1 second. All right, let's do the fear and greed index. So I guess I forget that each individual cryptocurrency as well has their own fear and greed index. So Bitcoin has actually been, I'm pulling up Bitcoin here on the chart. So if you guys want to jump on over on the broadcast side of things, feel free to jump over if you're on the spaces currently. Again, don't forget to like and retweet. All right, let's get some charting up in here as well. If you guys saw our little promo tweet of the show here today, I did mention that we do a little charting. You guys know how it goes if you've been here for some time. All right, let me see if I could find. I don't know if it's on the CoinMarketCap app specifically, or a different website. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, I don't know if I see it, and I never saw it before, but I do want to touch on it as we normally do. So before we get into Bitcoin, let's get into the fear and greed index. Let's see what's going on here. It's been a few days since we last chatted. So let's see what's going on in the market. So this is the fear and greed index across the whole market for crypto, of course, not just Bitcoin, right? So let's see it once it loads here. I'll give it a second or two to load. Welcome, everyone. Hope you guys are doing well. All right, we will get started here shortly with all of the alpha. Just working on some graphics as well for you guys here in the show. Once they're done, I'll actually show them to you guys here live in the show. So don't you worry. Some new graphics are on their way as well. They're looking pretty good. Basically, I'm just updating it with the Cosmo nodes. You guys are familiar with that collection. That is my art-based collection coming most likely later this year. So I want to make sure you guys can see our little astronauts as well flying around in our graphics. I think they look awesome. Obviously, I'm biased because I'm the artist. But yeah, I'll show you guys very, very soon. When we did the rebrand to the Web4 Roundtable, I did not port the little astronauts over. All right, why is this chart not loading? I was just waiting for the chart. So let me refresh it one more time, see what's going on. Let's check out the sentiment in the market. Here you go. Now it's loading first time. Not sure what that was all about. All right, fear and greed index. As I said before, right, the 7th, so basically a week ago or so, we were pretty low. I mean, we were the 5th, right? Basically a week ago today, we were down at 34. So we're pretty much in that neutral zone, right? Bitcoin's really preparing. Like, are we really going to dip? We're double dipping essentially, right? This could be considered a double or triple bottom. if you weren't looking at this as sentiment, you're just looking at this as a chart, this could be seen as a long-term triple bottom as well. So very interesting stuff looking in the charts. Let's look at the 1 year, same thing right here, right? Literally a year ago, we were seeing the similar movement, and guess what happened after that, right? You guys can see the green on the sentiment. This is sentiment, right? This isn't price action directly, but if you consider it as price action, of course, you guys could see what is going down. So again, if you guys are tuning into the space, shout out to you. I see Epic Collection, William, D-Man, everyone else that's joining here today on the spaces. Feel free to jump on the broadcast if you want to follow along as well on the charting, on the alpha that I'll be sharing here today as well. Now I'm working on some graphics. I think here, let me actually experiment it with it really quick. I haven't done it in any of our shows before publicly. I think I did it. How do you do it? I can't remember. I did it one time. I'm just trying to remember how I did it or what I did. But you could link X essentially to. Is there a way to show? Let's see. My Discord, because if I can connect Discord to it, you guys can actually see what I'm doing on my iPad as well. And whenever I create graphics or work on stuff, or maybe if we live stream like a karate combat event, that kind of stuff we could do. Yeah, it looks like I can share it. So let me see. I have my own Discord as well. So the link, I'm not sure if I have the link in my bio anymore. I might have taken it off a while ago, but let me see if I still have I do. Okay. So there's a voice channel over there. I'm not sure if it causes any issues. So let me just make sure there is no issues with the microphone, and I'll get right back to you. I just hit allow. And I usually don't jump on the voice very often on, okay, there you go. My mic should be off there. You should be able to see. So if you're in the Discord already, feel free to jump on the Discord. I'm going to go see if I can live stream over there just so you guys can see some of the what do you call it? You guys can see the graphics that I'm running as well. So give me 1 second to pull that up. I don't normally do this during the show, but I just want to test it out. I've been meaning to test it out for some time. So let's see if I can share my screen. If I can remember how to do that on Discord. I don't remember how to do it off the top of my head, but we're gonna troubleshoot it here because I want you guys to be able to see some more aspects of what we're doing here. So that okay. Let's see. Do this. Okay. Okay. Maybe I have to start it from the Discord on my iPad. So give me 1 second to exit. Then okay. Voice has been disconnected. Okay, perfect. I'm gonna restart it and then me throw the voice on. I've done it before. See if I can figure it out. See, can I share my screen somehow? Yeah, I'm showing video. If you guys are in our Discord again, you should be able to see the video. You might have almost seen my face. All right, how do I share my screen? Okay, channel settings. Let's see here. Settings. Usually when I just join it, it lets me share my screen, so I'm not sure what that's all about. Maybe it's a different channel. See, I'm pretty sure it was that channel. Let's see. Voice. Join voice. Add people to the video chat. See. Unless Discord like removed that feature or something. Should be able to. Maybe I gotta make another channel. All right, maybe I'll make another channel. See, create a channel. Stage, maybe. Let's do a stage. Call it vid really quick so you guys might be able to see my Discord. Where is it at? There it is. All right, let's start it. Vid. So if you guys are just tuning in, I'm just trying to see if I can live stream from my iPad as well, just in case I ever want to show you guys something there. There's just more opportunities for content. So I don't know if I can figure it out live here. Oh, here you go. Share screen. All right, there you go. Solution solved. So if you guys are not familiar, yeah, my screen should be sharing now. So let me see if I can join on X. Let's see. On my desktop and my iPad. Let's see. Got it. Okay, you should be able to see my screen now. I'll pull it up. Share screen. Start broadcast. Join the stage. Okay, so because I'm signed in with multiple accounts, it might not let me. I'm trying to see if there's a way around that. If not, that might be tough to do. Okay, yeah, it won't let me because it's the same. I might have to I don't have multiple Discord accounts, so yeah, there's not a way to do it currently. I'd have to be signed in on one account on desktop and then one account on X or on my iPad. So no worries. We'll get. I want to show you guys my iPad screen at some point in the future, anyway. So a lot of new content incoming, to say the least. And then of course any new graphics, and when I'm working on some graphics too, if you guys are interested in sharing, seeing some of that as well, I'm happy to share with you guys some of it. I want to share with you what I was working on as the show was starting, but I guess I can't do that just yet. That's totally fine. All right, let's get into some TA. Again, I hope you guys are doing well. There's a bunch of you guys here in the broadcast. Shout out to everyone in the spaces as well. I hope you're doing well. Epic, H-Bar Elite, D-Man, Khalifas, what's up, you guys? And of course, all of you in the broadcast here. All right, I know you guys come here for your daily TA, for your indicators, H-Bar, Bitcoin, daily news, all that good stuff. So I actually haven't checked it really too much over the weekend. I try not to check it over the weekend too much because volatility and volume is down most of the time on the weekend. So I don't really focus on charting really either on the weekend. So it's just something I stay away from. Personally, it's a personal decision. It helps me stay level headed, clear my mind as well on what's going on in the markets, and not get too emotional, right? I want to continue to remain emotionless for these markets, because that's how that's your one-way ticket to guarantee that you're going to get wrecked. So give me 1 second here I'm just moving to my other monitor here. All right, let's see what Bitcoin has in store for us here today. Looks like this weak candle just opened. Yeah, you can't really talk about it because it literally just opened, but oh my goodness. All right, for some reason, the spaces just absolutely just ended. So let me restart the spaces. Let's see, edit space name, let's copy and paste it. Let's start up another one. Not sure why there's a bug going around on X, just ending spaces. Not sure what that's all about, but it's quite annoying. All right, let's record it. Let's re-add the topics really quick. And let's get on with the show. Let's start it now. So again, if any of you guys were in the space, looks like it abruptly ended. So let me invite you guys. Just type in Alpha Chat as well, new space. Other one crashed due to bug. All right, there's that. Perfect. Okay. What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Web4 Roundtable, episode 235, sponsored by Gilmore Estates, GC token, tokenizing real estate on Hedera. You can see the token ID there as well. What's up, you guys? Okay. Believe you said you can't hear. Okay, you can't hear. I think you mean on the spaces, right? The spaces just crashed, so I restarted it. So you guys should be good to go if you want to listen in on the spaces. And then, of course, the broadcast should be fine. So let's jump back on some TA. Yeah, so if you guys have been following along, maybe this is your first time here, I've basically been saying as long as we don't break down below this 50, like the low 50s, right? Basically this 52, 53K range, right? Basically at the top of these candles, right? This is the last range. So let me chart it actually with you guys just to follow along. And again, if you guys are in the spaces, feel free to jump on. over on the broadcast side of things if you do want to see my screen and see what is cooking over here. All right, and then by the way, these are weekly candles. I usually chart the weekly and monthly candles just for a frame of reference. So we dipped our toes for the first time down here. A lot of people were super scared, right? That was that flash crash. There's a lot of catalysts, right, that caused this, but again, we're consolidating well above it, right? A lot of people were calling for much lower, right, in this range, the 40s. I did say if we break down and close the candle below here, that we will see these lower wicks, right? We haven't seen anything like that. We're still range bound, right? We're still consolidating. This is extremely healthy in a bull run, right, for the next leg up. So if you're new to charting or you're new to crypto, right? Maybe it's your first cycle. Like this is extremely healthy for what is yet to come, right? So very, very important to continue to watch this. Let's see what we're looking at here. All right, so blue is under currently, right? That's bearish. The weekly, the RSI is currently at 49, but this is on the weekly again. I'm mainly looking at the monthly and the higher time frames. Those are way more powerful. So let's see, RSI still forming some form of a downtrend currently as well. Doesn't mean that we're gonna continue to head lower. It just means that we're losing some momentum. That's what the RSI is. It's really a gauge for your momentum here. The average is slightly below it, but at any point we've seen Bitcoin can rocket up, right? So right now, this August candle, we're about halfway through. That is a pretty typical hammer candle, which does usually signal a trend reversal to the upside or a trend reversal just in general, right? So we're forming a downtrend. This is a trend reversal. That means an uptrend is inbound. That's what that candle would tell you just at a glance, right? This is a spinning top, which usually means indecision, which usually can signal a potential hammer candle would be next. So if you guys want to see another spinning top, here is what another spinning top would look like. They can look a little bit different from time to time, but it would be something like this. It'd be something like this, right? These ones where there's a body in the middle, right? That's a spinning top right there. A body in the middle, two relatively similar wicks to the upside and downside. And then, of course, you can see what happens next. So spinning top, spinning top. Let's see if I see any other ones just characteristically. And these are all monthly candles, right? So an entire month became a spinning top. That would more or less be one. Very similar. A lot of these are very similar as well. So it's just a lot of indecision in the market currently. And then, of course, this one is showing how weak Bitcoin got, but then it showed a bunch of strength to break back up here. And we're basically above this high level here. So again, we have to break. So the positive side, we do have to break this 73 to 74,000 range before we do see more upside, which just shows that we're continuing to be range bound, super healthy for our market. So let's cover the RSIs as well, the stochastic and the regular. Again, we're above the 60 level, which again, as long as we're above the 50, we're historically in a bull run for Bitcoin on the higher time frames like the monthly and so on. And then, of course, we have not crossed yet on the blue or the orange. And if the blue crosses up, that's bullish. If the orange crosses down even further, that'll be very, very bearish. So again, we just have to kind of watch and wait and see what goes on. I'm still betting sometime in August. If this drags on further, of course, it could happen in September, but it's so close. You know, you can see usually they keep their distance for some time, and then eventually you see a cross, and it usually signals something pretty specific, right? Game changing in the market. So again, this was a top one. This was a bottom one. This one happened really fast, bottom, and then boom, you saw the massive shift. So again, it doesn't happen every 6 months or so. So this is going to be a big shift depending on where this market is headed next. And I said before that I'm really, really going to get excited and jump back into DeFi positions specifically if the blue does cross over the orange, especially here in Hedera, because I do believe our DeFi has a ton of potential. So stay tuned for that. We'll continue to cover all of the latest alpha here on the show. So yeah, and the reason we cover Bitcoin first is because, of course, Bitcoin does control the market at the end of the day. There isn't really any strong any relevant decoupling yet of HBAR from or Hedera from Bitcoin, right? We just haven't seen that yet. So until we see that, I'm not going to really say, hey, HBAR is decoupled or anything like that. Sure, sometimes major announcements, stuff like that can decouple it, but the overall uptrend all season, you name it, right, will be dictated by Bitcoin for the foreseeable future until we see evidence to really prove otherwise, right? Which obviously we don't see that yet. So again, we'll always cover Bitcoin here first because that is the market dominance, right? Bitcoin dominance is 55.8. That's quite high. Bitcoin dominance has to drop quite a bit for alt season to really shine, and that means Ethereum, at least in the current time, which a lot of people don't like Ethereum here, but Ethereum has to outperform Bitcoin essentially before alt season, and so we haven't seen that yet. Obviously, Ethereum had a massive drop recently, and then your other major L1s like a Solana, XRP, any of these right here, essentially top 20, top 10, are gonna have their rallies, and then you see the smaller cap alts, which would be like a Hedera, right? We're currently sitting at 41, 1.89 billion market cap, 0.05291 as the price here on August 12th, 2024. All right, let's look at Hedera. Let's do some charts now. Of course, I've been saying the candles aren't too pretty on Hedera. I mean, we expected a drop. That's just what we've been covering here on the show. That's pretty normal because Bitcoin has continued to chop, continue to consolidate, but of course, we haven't seen an actual full-on alt season just yet either, right? And that's when you start seeing HBAR and other tokens outperform Bitcoin, right? Which we haven't seen yet. Look at this. So let me just skip the daily in its fullness. I don't do daily, so if you're here, you're trying to trade on the day trade, that's not the kind of content that I'm looking to create here. I'm really trying to focus on the overall trend and where I see the market heading. I'm not really too concerned about day trading, and most people lose all their money on day trading. It's almost a very specific example of gambling as well, which I don't really do that much. But if you do that, then that's your choice. So let's see here. Let's look at the stochastics. Let's just skip to the monthly. That is the strongest chart that I'm going to be looking at. Wow. Yeah, HBAR is getting to that point where so basically Bitcoin obviously is a bit higher, but HBAR is really just gunning for that zero stochastic, which it can't get any lower than that, which is very interesting. If we get down here on the blue, this is the fast line, right? The orange is the slow line. If we get down here like in September or October, because it takes some time to get down here, we could see actually the trend reversal around the same time as Bitcoin. So very fascinating. The RSI is below 42, right? Still on that downtrend. But of a lot of tokens, right? This is not just Hedera. It's not an isolated thing. Seeing these tokens doing what they're doing, right, in relation to Bitcoin, it's just more and more weakness across the board. This could be a hammer depending on how it closes, but again, we have to see how this month continues. So we close a little bit higher around the 566 range. In that range, it would probably be a hammer. But again, I mean, we really have to see what Bitcoin does. Any of these candles can become quite different pretty fast, right? This is basically the spinning top, right? That was right before the Arcax pump, right? Regardless of what you think of what happened or whatever, right? That was pretty much what indicated a big pump was coming next. This is a bullish engulfing candle, right? This is actually basically a inverted hammer, right? So that's a smaller hammer. It could be considered a gravestone doji, which would consider basically a major downtrend is in the cards, right? Not that one could be for May, which essentially is happening currently. But again, we just have to watch the charts, see what goes on, right? Men lie, women lie. The charts don't lie, and sometimes the charts can actually tell you what is more or less about to happen. So you got to just kind of be patient, continue to wait and see, and just kind of watch what's going on. The charts aren't always a million% going to say, hey, this is what's happening, but you can see the indicators, right? This is the momentum. Both of these are momentum focused based on what the candles, what the liquidity, all that kind of stuff is showing. So yeah, I mean, it's going to get really, really close in the few months where it can't go any lower, essentially on the fundamentals. And I mean, if you're not buying at these levels, right? Not financial advice, but if you're not um, taking the opportunity, right? Making the most of these opportunities when we are at 15, 20, whatever the bull run highs are actually going to be for the cycle, right? It very much could be in the 25 range. It could be way higher, right? It could be at the old all-time highs, way beyond it. We don't know, right? You just got to be super patient. And then alt season is going to take the crypto market by storm, right? Like it's just like we're at these levels and then we're not, right? We just go from 5 cents, right, back in last year, November, December, and then we go to 20 cents, right? Like it happens so fast and people get so caught off guard. And if you don't take your profits, if you don't rotate right, you don't really fully understand what's happening in the market, right? That's why we try to cover this as much as possible to keep you guys updated, informed on what is going on in the market. So stay level headed, understand where we are in the cycle, understand where we are in the charts. And I've been saying, right, September going into October in particular, most likely we are going to see that pump. Everything on the technicals is looking like that. Bitcoin's looking strong as well. Any of the big major world news events still hasn't taken down Bitcoin. Bitcoin still stayed above the 53, even with the last drop. Let's jump back to Bitcoin really quick. Even with that last drop, I was actually a little bit surprised. I honestly thought with all the negativity in the market, all the negative news, I thought Bitcoin might break it, and it didn't. And I was like, wow, like that's a lot of strength in Bitcoin, which is just going to show more strength on where the alts are going to lead as well. So let me just pull it up really quick. So Bitcoin did fall, right? It did go all the way down to 48 something, right? So it did break the level I was telling you. But where did it? So if you don't understand how to read candles, basically these colors, like the thick part of the color, that's called the body. Basically, when they're red, that means it starts right here and it ends right here, right? But through the whole time of the candle, it went this high and it went this low, but it ultimately ended here. Now the green is opposite, right? The green means it started down here and it ended right here. So started, ended, started, ended. So basically they're opposites. So started up here, ended down here. And you usually find the candles start and end well, actually they always start and end at the same place. You can kind of just watch the flow happen, right? You can kind of just read it as the market goes. So super fascinating. I hope you guys are learning something if you didn't know that already. But yeah, you can kind of just see, right, all the weakness and then boom, it gets all bought up and it ends right here at 54. So nothing's getting invalidated. No candles are breaking through this level that I've been talking about for months and months now. Super bullish, super strong on that end. And we just have to continue to watch this trend, right? So all the way down here at the 53, we haven't seen any candles close down here. We've only seen wicks to the downside. Doesn't really matter too much because we are all the way up here from time to time. So again, we just got to continue to watch, continue to be patient, and then you just wait the market out. You don't want to be shaking out before alt season actually starts. Alt season has not started. What happened back here in February and March was really a lot of the ETF news, a lot of just excitement for the Bitcoin happening, right? There was a lot of catalysts around here, but they were not the bull run Pico top catalysts from what I understand, right? From what I've been studying in the market, we still have some more time before we actually see that, whatever that looks like. And it could mean we could have more downside down here for some time, right? I did say it could happen next summer, right? For all we know, depending on, again, let me just throw up the stochastic RSI one more time. If you're just tuning into the show, welcome. Welcome to the Web4 Roundtable. I hope you're doing well. All right. Again, I want to make sure you guys are fully equipped, fully updated for this upcoming bull run. I want to make sure you guys have all the tools, all the data, all the knowledge ready to make the most profits in this cycle. I want you guys to win. I've been studying all of this as much as possible over the last 3-4 years. So I know when it's probably going to be best to take profits and make the trade. So as I said, right, every 3 to 6 months, usually it's 6 months that these cross, right, the blue or the orange or the blue. If we do have a cross to the downside, I do believe we'll get in the 40s. Obviously, H-bar will get wrecked. All your tokens will get wrecked, probably NFTs, and we'll probably wait another 6 months or so to the end of the year, which will most likely point towards the summertime at some point for another cross, which could lead to the actual full Pico top. So again, there's two scenarios I'm really watching. October for the pump or sometime in the middle of the summer next year as well. So those are the two scenarios I'm looking at. Obviously, I just got to continue to watch the charts and stay super patient, stay super humble about how dangerous the market is, right? There's a lot of risk, but then there's a lot of reward. But I do believe the reward comes to those who are patient, and who work really hard, right? I mean, I do believe that those you guys absolutely showing up every day. You guys are putting in the work, putting in the effort. Like I know some of you guys just want to degen into random shitters and hope to become a millionaire or whatever. But I do believe that there's a lot of there's a term that people might be using now, karmic retribution. I think what comes around is going to go around, and if you're becoming a millionaire on some crazy, stupid shit coin, I mean, all I'm gonna say is put in the work, and I do believe you're gonna be rewarded. That's all I'm gonna say on that end. What comes around does go around for sure, or what goes around comes around. So yeah, put in the work, and I do believe you'll see quite a bit of success. And I'm rooting for you guys. I mean, I want to see you guys absolutely kill it this cycle. And when all season blows up, right? I mean, we have 100 something people here today. I'm really, truly expecting thousands of people to be here every single day, excited for the new opportunities, the latest opportunities. So continue to engage, continue to show up, and see where this market takes you. Does the HBAR Army show up on Mondays? Feel free to engage, interact, like and retweet, comment. Let me know if you're here on this amazing Monday. I personally, honestly, I think Monday is my favorite, one of my favorite days for sure of the week. Just so much is happening. It's always super exciting, right? But it's just a new week. You get to go work out early in the morning. Just start the week strong. Yeah, I mean, it was a great Monday morning this Monday, and yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing all the announcements that you guys put out as well. All the major announcements usually come out on Monday or the first few days of the week. So it's always just something exciting to look forward. The longer we've done these shows, I kind of have a really strong rhythm now on what I'm expecting to see in terms of the news cycle, the announcements, the different projects, and so on. Also, we're going to start interviewing a few projects again. So there's some alpha for you guys as well. So stay tuned for that. I'll start marketing those out very, very soon. We'll have some more special guests, the whole nine. So look forward to that as well. I'm looking forward to bringing them on the show specifically so you guys can see their screen. We can do some tutorials, some walkthroughs, and maybe we'll bring on some of the other, some of our older interviews as well. Bring them back on. Maybe double down on some of the alpha to share with them, because there's a lot of really strong builders here in Hedera that I'm super bullish on as well. I haven't read through this. Let's just jump into some daily Hedera alpha here. Haven't read through Danny's post here, but you guys can kind of just see it, see what's going on. All right, just making sure I don't have the music on. Yeah, shout out to Danny. I think he does a great job here. It looks like Eric and the founder of the Crypto Hub are meeting and having a fireside chat on the official launch of RackDAO. So I'm not sure if RackDAO is on building on Hedera. It kind of seems like it. So do some research, do your own research on that one. Go check it out. Make sure to go see what Danny is doing there. All right, so this is an interesting one. I think some people were joking about it, or maybe it was the paintball one. This is the paintball one, right? Yeah. Some people were saying something about the paintball. I think paintball is cool. If you guys have ever done it, I mean, it's pretty cool. So Hashpack and MLPB Armory Gold Holder giveaway to celebrate the launch of the Armory here. We're teaming up with Memento to give away 3 2024 Player Card Series NFTs to our Hashpack Gold supporters. That's really cool. Go check it out if you are a gold supporter holder. All right. I haven't looked too deep. Oh, is this Toko? Okay, I gotta look into this one too then. So One Digital Ecosystem. Let me actually zoom in, because I've rewatched their streams, and I noticed sometimes it's like slightly blurry. Maybe it's just the way that it's fitted on the screen. So AOPay ID, One Digital Ecosystem, SRC to support small, medium enterprise grocery stores. You guys can see all the different ones. So I am familiar with Toko. I'm not. I believe that's the DLA Piper use case, or maybe it's just a coincidence that they have the same name. So let's see. Yeah, I can't read that. But yeah, go check it out. Go see what's going on here. AOPay_ID. I'm always excited to showcase more and more use cases on Hedera. So I thought Toko was a DLA Piper specific. I'm pretty sure it was DLA Piper specific use case. So if this is part of it, then that's great. If not, then I got to do some more research on that one. And DLA Piper is a governing council member, last I checked, still as well. I believe it's Scott Thiel is the one that's usually talked about in those specific ones. All right, so here's something really interesting, and it's very close to what I've been talking about as well in terms of this next leg up. Let me just click this graphic so you guys can see what's going on. So here is the inflation calculator, right? I believe for the U.S. in particular. So Bitcoin essentially needs to break 80,000. Basically, it's 2021 all-time high in terms of purchasing power. So regardless, at the current price of Bitcoin in particular, the old all-time high technically is not 64,000 or whatever the all-time high was. I don't even remember, 60 something thousand. It's actually 80,000 in terms of inflation. So in terms of purchasing power, right? So very, very interesting to be aware as well. Like technically, in terms of purchasing power, Bitcoin actually hasn't broken a new all-time high yet, which is very interesting to say the least. So something to just be aware of as well. Again, you're so early, in particular on this cycle too. I think early in terms of what is coming next very soon, even if it's another 9 months, right? Like some of us have been waiting like 3 or 4 years for this cycle to have its top, right? Like some of us have been here for years at this point, building, being part of the community, loading our bags, right? Stacking our bags. And like some people are going to call us lucky, right? Some people are going to say, oh, well, you just bought at the right time. Like, no, like some of us have actually been here for a long time, just waiting, studying, building, right? Like all that kind of stuff. So again, we haven't even had technically a new all-time high yet in terms of purchasing power for Bitcoin. So we're not even at the point of an actual alt season yet. So just be super patient. That's all I could really say in terms of just being concerned about your bags and HBAR being outperformed by Bitcoin or whatever token, you name it, right? Like other tokens are struggling. I could literally name dozens, hundreds of tokens that are underperforming, right? Bitcoin, right? Hedera is not the only one. If you hear people fudding or saying that Hedera is the only one, mute them, unfollow them, block them, whatever, right? Like don't listen to that. That's not the truth. People are trying to FUD it to get lower entries, right? There's literally people, and it doesn't really happen on Hedera that I'm aware of, but on other chains, I mean, there's literally founders and organizations that pay people. Sounds kind of stupid, sounds kind of ludicrous, hard to believe, but it does happen on other chains where people actually pay people to FUD their project or their platform so that other people dump it, whatever, they can get lower entries. Like there's a lot of unfortunately corruption, especially whenever there's more money involved on certain things as well. So it's very important to just understand, stay level-headed. Not everyone that's making posts is being truthful. Not everyone making posts is here for your own good as well, right? Like some people are here for your bad, right? They want you to dump. They want you to be fearful. Yeah, I mean the whole thing with Warren Buffett, right? What is it? Sell when others are greedy, buy when others are fearful, right? Like there's a reason other people want you to be fearful, and I don't want that for you, right? Like I want you to be educated so that you're not emotional, and a lot of your emotions are driven by fear, right? A lot of a lot of what we do at the end of the day is predicated, is influenced by fear, right? If you really, really unpack a lot of what is going on in the world, a lot of what is the media, right? A lot of it's just fear driven at the end of the day, right? So it's a lot of things, your eyes start to open up a lot when you start realizing, hey, like, am I being driven to fear? Am I being driven to be educated? Am I understanding something right? A lot of times people fear things they don't understand, right? That's just a lot of it's kind of human nature in some way. So again, I just really want to educate people and make sure you guys are up to date because I want nothing better. Nothing would make me more happy to see all my friends. I consider you guys friends. If you're tuning in here, if you're in Hedera, we believe in the same stuff, right? We're here when most people are not here, or when most people in crypto are just gambling degenerates, right? Which I'm not gonna say it's right or wrong. I don't really care. I care about the people here making profits, winning, building real things, right? Like I said, karmic retribution. I do believe that what comes around goes around. If you're genuinely here to push the ecosystem forward, to build, yeah, just put the whatever energy you're putting out is the energy you're going to get back, right? Like I do believe that. So even if you're negative or you're upset or whatever, like be mindful of, I'm not telling anyone what to do, but be extremely mindful of the energy you're putting out there as well. I don't want to get philosophical or religious or whatever, right? Regardless of my beliefs or your beliefs, like the world, everything is energy at the end of the day, right? No pun intended with crypto, right? Hedera being the greenest crypto blockchain, hashgraph, whatever, right? It's the greenest energy, right? It's the one that uses the least energy, right? Okay, well, the energy that you're putting out matters at the end of the day, right? If you care that much about Hedera and the green energy, all that kind of stuff, well, you care about energy in some way. Understand. I implore you to understand your own energies as well, for better for worse, right? All right. I did talk about on Friday that we are going to cover some Hashional stuff as well. We'll have to have Cantor at some point soon, and maybe Patches as well coming back on the show here to talk about recursion, simplifying files, being able to reference files on graph. This is very exciting, something I've been waiting for some time. This is going to be called HCS3, recursion inscriptions on Hedera. So basically devs, let me just click the post here so you can actually see what's going on. Let me zoom in so it's not blurry at all for you guys. But basically through recursion, devs will be able to inscribe HTML files that reference other files. In this example, we include Wallet Connect, 3JS, and more. Comment below if you'd like this game in your wallet. So this is by Cantor's main post, main account. So go check it out. I'll let you guys see the little video now. So effortless storage and retrieval of, I think it said on-chain files on graph. There you go. So now they're calling it on graph instead of on chain. I imagine pretty much the same thing. You're storing it on the hash graph. Very, very exciting stuff. I mean, we want to see more games. We want to see more devs being able to use these tools. And yeah, I mean, just being part of the conversation is it's going to be so important. And being able to see stuff like this, like you're literally in the absolute infancy stage of just what is going to be possible on this network. Like I can't even I can't um undersell that enough. Like you're it's just so extremely early on everything that's going to be coming for this ecosystem. Yeah, I mean, you guys are just ridiculously early. And again, there's going to be a time where you're not going to be that early anymore. I think that time's coming very, very soon. But it is so important for us to continue to be part of the conversation. I do believe Karate Combat's going to be a big catalyst for that. And again, you're not pushing Karate Combat, you're not participating. I'm not ever really going to advocate anyone to buy anything here in the ecosystem, NFTs, tokens, whatever. I'm not like, it's always going to be not financial advice, but I highly recommend like picking up some Karate Combat tokens in order to participate in the event in particular. And you'll be registered as one of the voters as well. And I think the last event had over 130,000 unique wallet voters as well, which is absolutely insane. I do believe the Karate Combat platform in and of itself will get to 1 million plus sooner than later, which would just be absolutely insane. And you guys can only imagine how much exposure that is for the ecosystem as a whole. So be aware, the builders, platforms, it's within our ecosystem. I mean, when certain ones win, when most of them win, I mean, we all win, right? It's massive exposure and publicity for our ecosystem overall. And that's what it takes, you know, to really take things to the next level and really push things forward here. So let's jump back to AOPay here. Cantor, I see you just joined us in the audience here on the spaces. What's up, brother? I was just talking about you and the recursion post as well. I see Raptors, Michael, Postmaster. What's up, you guys? And of course, all 100 plus of you in the broadcast. What's up, y'all? I hope you're doing well on this amazing Monday. All right, I see Cantor's requesting, so I'll bring you up. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna finish up this post on AOPay. I know we just touched on it as well. Cantor, give me 1 second. I'll kick it to you here shortly. So Tata's covering AOPay. It looks like you did some more research here, some due diligence. New shopping payment solution built on Hedera. More than 243,000 grocery stores in Indonesia are members of the AYO. by SRC ecosystem, which leverage digital solutions for grocery partners, stores, and customers. The app also offers point scheme and pay later. So again, you got to do some more research. I did just share the main post here, and then it does say Toko, which again, I don't know if this is in relation to DLE Piper at all. Again, I got to do more research and see what is going on there as well. All right, Cantor, I'll kick it to you, brother. How you doing? I hope you're doing well.
Yeah, that's right. We're just doing a whole bunch of things in the meantime to further the goals of Hashgraph Online.
For sure, brother. Well, I'm excited to see more on recursion. I see HCS3. I'm not sure how long it's been called HCS3, but I know there's a bunch of them now. HCS2, 1, 5. I'm assuming there's a 4 somewhere in there as well. I don't know which one it is. But yeah, if you want to share a little bit about recursion, I saw the game, kind of see what it was called, something laser balloon popper or something. If you want to touch on what that video is as well, maybe for people to understand it a little better as well.
The title is like a working title for now.
Yeah.
Learned since year one we actually launched this game. And even that video is outdated at this point because I made a lot of changes to it between this morning and today with interactions of the game. But yeah, HCS3 has been a placeholder actually since like April. Part of like the 4 original standards that simply cement the ideas of Hashgraph Online.
Yeah.
And with recursion, it's a foundational element in the same way that HCS2 is a foundational element that enables dynamic hash modes, and HCS1 is a foundational element in that it basically enables us to put files on the hash graph. It's HCS3 special is that it mimics the way that the web works today, where you have scripts and files and things like that, and websites, and they can reference each other, right? And that's exactly what HCS3 does, except those files would be stored as HCS1 files rather than external references. But what we really kind of cement with this launch is kind of like a developer kit of sorts. Anyone can go directly into the hash graph. So we're shipping not only the ability to have recursion and load files like in that immersive demo, but also have access to things like wallet connect. So you can easily have somebody their account in your game and you can display their balance, but currently you can write a little bit of code, check what assets they have, do some token gating, implement a leaderboard, and do transactions, those kinds of things, without being like a super core HBAR developer, just having enough experience in development that you can get away with it. We're really looking to appeal to the crowd who hasn't been on that era before, but they just want to go and create a game in the easiest way possible.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. And I hope everyone listening, if you didn't understand, I'd highly recommend just going back. The show is recorded on X, on Spaces, on YouTube as well. Tune in on YouTube if you like. Just literally just type in WEB4 Roundtable, and you can stay up to date with what's going on. Cantor, I appreciate you sharing some more alpha on it. You're more than welcome to jump back in if you want to share any other alpha on it, brother.
It's really like, this is just a proof of concept, because I'm not a game developer, guys. I'm like, my meat and potatoes is fintech, big enterprise, big data, like large scale applications. The last time I made a game was in 2014.
Wow.
So this was kind of like just jacked together to show folks what's possible. And considering that I'm not very experienced in game development, I'm sure that somebody out there who's really good at this stuff and really into the ecosystem they're going to do some really impressive things with these capabilities that we're shipping. So laser popper or snake dash, those are all just proof of concepts, and we're going to open source those games as part of this rollout. So if anyone wants to, use them as a sample, spin their own spin on it, or do something, it'll have an MIT license, so you can do whatever you want with it. And reinscribe it and do all those cool things. You'll be able to execute JavaScript, lots of CSS. You'll play sound effects. Really immersive experiences will be possible with this. With all of those files and references all being stored in HCS1 files, it's actually a little bit mind-boggling the amount of bytes that we're loading through this way.
Yeah, in terms of developers building on the network using the new technology like this, I mean, I'm sure I can only imagine. I'm not a developer full stack by any means, but I know some code. I know how to read some stuff, what have you. But yeah, stuff like this, it's a bit over my head personally, and I'm sure a lot of people would probably feel similarly. But being able to see and incentivize, more and more developers to understand and utilize this next tech. I was basically talking earlier, right before you came, that I mean, we are truly in the infancy of what can be done on Hedera, and then you're more than welcome to give your take on, like, is anything relative to this doable or possible on another network? I would love to hear your thoughts on that as well.
I think this is really possible with ordinals, but the problem is the cost, right? To do this kind of thing on ordinals, you literally, it costs like $1,000 just to put a megabyte up.
Yeah.
I inscribed an audio file today that's going to be used inside of the demo game. It's in that video.
Yeah.
And it costs like 10 or 15 HBAR or something like that. And it was a 3 megabyte audio file that I used for the background music. Can you imagine paying $3,000 to go and inscribe an audio file on ordinals to make a game?
But it's the mother chain.
Yeah. But I mean, it's just like it's different because you could put like some elements on chain. You can go and play it, but it becomes such a huge to carry. It's not the kind of hoop that an indie game developer is going to take.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's super fascinating, and again, in terms of scalability, price aspects as well of just what Hedera is bringing to the table, like, people just are thinking so short term, and if this is you, I mean, not you, Kent, so just people in general here in the space, thinking, hey, like, Solana's outperforming most ecosystems, right? It's like, we're gonna compare ourselves to Solana. Like, that is the most short term way of thinking about what is happening in the world, really, of Web3 crypto, right? I'm calling it Web4. Like, Web4, just for you guys, if you didn't know why I'm calling it the Web4 Roundtable, is because basically I envision the future of what Web4 is, and feel free to go look up the actual definition of Web4. It's essentially when mass adoption is in its fullness, right? If you guys didn't know the idea, right, of why I'm calling the show it what it is, because I'm envisioning the future of what Web3 is going to look like, right, with crypto, with on-chain data, right, the way your data ownership is, your identity, right, that kind of stuff, when it actually is adopted and what that's going to look like. And that's basically what Web4 is. So basically the future of the internet being built on the trust layer of the internet, which is, of course, Hedera. So yeah, Kantar, I appreciate your time, and yeah, effortless storage and retrieval of on-graph files. I couldn't be more excited for HCS recursion. Do we have like a timeline of when people might be able to just kind of play with it a little bit? Is it still kind of just kind of wait and see for now?
It's really, really close at this point. I think the tools and everything will be opened up probably a little bit before the hackathon ends on the Hedera side. So it's close at this point.
Awesome. Well, that's music to my ears. Happy to cover it. Happy to have you on the show at any point in the time once it's out. Happy to test it as well. And yeah, I mean, looking forward to reconnecting and seeing what the future of Hashinal, what the future of recursion, and all the different HCS really evolves into, because it's really going to be a journey. It's a whole process here. And then it's going to be what developers are going to be able to do on the network. I've been waiting for a long time for stuff like this to happen, and I think it's just going to be I think a dream come true once a lot of developers realize, like, oh, okay, this is what the trust layer of the internet could actually become, or what it looks like. And I can only imagine how exciting. I know it's tough sometimes for sure, but I can only imagine how exciting it is as a developer in particular to continue to just kind of expand what this technology can become. I'll kick it back to you, Cantor, if you want to jump in.
Sorry, which was dodging crazy people. Yeah, I think from a developer perspective, it's like being in Legoland
Yeah.
a little bit with the ability to ship things on Hedera, even on Solana. It wouldn't be close to this easy to ship and deliver things like this. I think on the tech side, we have it really, really well.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that, brother. Well, I appreciate you coming up. If there's anything else you want to share before we're going to start wrapping up the show here in a few minutes, you're more than welcome to jump in, or if you want to give a final take before I start wrapping up.
I think I don't know if we mentioned this last time, but Saucina, they also dropped the game.
Yeah.
Friday. That was massive. I don't know if you talked about it before.
Yeah, we touched on it a little bit, but you're welcome to rehash it. We talked about on Friday a little bit.
And it's actually like 40 megabytes big.
Wow.
So it's the single largest HTML Hashinal that's been inscribed on Hedera yet. They actually used Phaser.js to render the graphics and UI and everything. Those 40 megabytes came out to 33,000 messages on the Hedera consensus service.
Wow.
And they get served instantly, and you can go and play them in the browser. I think they're giving away like 250,000 Saucina tokens or something like that for whoever beats the score. There's no cost to play or anything like that, which is also kind of the cool aspect of it.
Okay. Yeah, that's really awesome. I didn't know that they were doing the giveaway. We touched on it on Friday. I don't remember all the aspects of it though, for sure. So yeah, shout out to Saucina. Definitely got to go check that out and see. And I believe there was a free mint. Please let me know if it's still active. If you want to touch on that as well.
It's totally free. You can mint it with the tier token, which you can get using our Discord faucet for free. If you want to, you can also donate in HBAR. So you can mint either 0.05 tier or 10 HBAR. You can mint as many as you want. You can see if I can find that post in my history somewhere, and I'll put that up.
Awesome. Yeah, I know we touched on it on Friday. So if you guys missed our show on Friday, episode 234, feel free to scroll back. I think I actually have it. Let me check on X really quick. It should be on my personal account. Give me 1 second here. On my highlights. So if you guys don't skim through my highlights, feel free to go check it out there. I should be adding. Yeah, I haven't. Maybe it's not on this phone, but it should be up in my highlights. So if you guys are missing any of the shows, again, they're all recorded. So make sure to tap in there as well. Don't forget to like and retweet the show. If you found any value out of our show today, it does push the ecosystem forward. We're able to reach that many more people. When you win, when other builders, platforms win on Hedera, arguably all of Hedera wins because just of the decentralized nature of the space. The more exposure each one of us gets, the more exposure the entire network gets. Arguably, I do believe that full-heartedly. If you don't, that's okay. You can continue to only support those in your silo and your small group, but I do believe more and more exposure is coming to the ecosystem. And yeah, it's just going to take every single person to continue to show up, continue to push the ecosystem forward. All right, Cantor, let me know if you found it. If not, we're going to start winding down the show here, brother. Awesome. All right. It's not showing on my screen. I might have to exit out, but let me see if I can. I'm assuming you liked and retweeted it at some point over the last week. So let me just scroll through your account. You know what? I see, since I'm looking through your account right now. Good morning, Hedera. How is that? I know you host most. I don't know if it's Monday. I think it's Monday through Friday, right?
Yeah, we run it Monday through Thursday at 9 a.m. Eastern.
Okay.
And on some days it's a little bit quiet, but we usually get like 10 to 15 people on a good day.
Okay.
Yeah, we have some really fun discussions. We talk about nationals, the ecosystem, and the market.
Okay.
It's like general stuff.
Awesome. Yeah, no, that's great. I'll have to tune in. I'm not sure. What time did you say it's at again?
Eastern. I guess that's a little bit early for you since you're if I remember right, you said you're close to Arizona or something.
I'm in Arizona. Yeah, so that's 6 a.m. for me before daylight savings. So yeah, but I'm actually getting up pretty early now, so I might actually start attending those, at least listening. Depending on what time it is. I've been getting up pretty early, so yeah, we'll see. But yeah, I like showcasing as many other platforms, content creators. You know, I think it really grows the whole pie. So again, if you guys aren't familiar with Cantor, or the show that he hosts as well, make sure to go check it out. Good Morning Hedera, 9 a.m. EST. Go check it out as well. I think Cantor does a great job. We were doing some morning shows there for a little bit, but yeah, I mean, I'm sure you're doing a great job per usual, and on top of building games and so on. So keep killing it, brother. I did find the post as well. Let me zoom in so you guys can see it a little better on the live stream as well. But yeah, largest HTML hashional, 40 megabytes in size, space adventure game built completely on top of hashionals. You guys can see it here. Salsinu Dash. Yeah, super cool. I mean, this is just the beginning of what is yet to come here in Hedera. So stay tuned, strap in, be patient, don't get shaken out of the market. Cantor, I appreciate you coming up today. OTAA, Epic Collection, RJ, Mind Ben, Postmaster, LJ, D-Man Raptors, and all of the amazing people here on the live stream as well. I hope you guys have a great rest of your Monday. And I'll catch you all tomorrow, 5 p.m. EST, the place to be in Web3 here at the Web4 Roundtable. Catch y'all tomorrow for episode 236. Today's show has been sponsored by Gilmore Estates, GC token. You guys can see the token rotating at the bottom of your screen if you're on the live stream. Shout out to them, tokenizing real estate on Hedera. Go check out their account at Gilmore_Estates. All right, you guys, I will catch you all tomorrow. Much love. Peace, y'all.